Hey guys, hope you're having an amazing day. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Pixel 4a 5G. In this video you can expect to see an unboxing, an in-depth review of the phone, as well as some test shots that I took with the Pixel 4a 5G. Let's open this bad boy up. I like the overall design of the box. It looks very clean and it also feels very good in your hands, like the box actually feels like good packaging. There's two tabs over here which we have to rip open. There was no plastic wrap around my Pixel 4a 5G, it was just the box by itself and the two tabs which you have to rip open. Oh yeah, it looks great. You get to see the camera right away. First glance at the body, it looks really good. There was some packaging fluff on mine, hopefully you guys don't get that in your packaging, but I just brushed it off. Initial thoughts are the phone feels really light. The body feels more like a premium plastic at the back. So overall, I'm feeling like the build quality is really good. Really love the general aesthetic of the phone, the back and the front. I love the screen to body ratio on this phone as well. While that's booting, let's see what else we got in the box. We have two books that go over basic information, warranty, and safety. And we also have the SIM card tray ejector pin. We also have our charger in the box, which is really nice to see, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but it's really nice to have a charger that comes with your brand new phone. You also have the USB-C to USB-C cable, and finally you have the USB-C to USB Type-A adapter. This is a really great adapter to have on hand in case you want to transfer any data, so thanks Google for including that. Let's go over the phone. On the right hand side you have the unique power button and the volume rockers. On the back you have the fingerprint scanner. You can see on the back there's already fingerprints that I got, and I haven't even had this phone for over an hour. On the bottom you can see we have speakers and the USB port. On the top we have a mic and a headphone jack, which I absolutely love. And on the other side you have the SIM card tray. You have the rear dual camera that protrudes out. You have another speaker at the top where your earpiece is, and also you have the front facing pinhole camera. And of course we have the beautiful 6.2-inch AMOLED display. Just a quick note that when I first opened up my phone, it came in 71% charged, and there was 114 gigabytes free, which is only 11% used. I think the overall design of the phone is aesthetically pleasing. I think it's very good. It's a very simple and clean design. The one thing I don't like is how much the camera protrudes out, but that's just my opinion. The Pixel 4a 5G's body is actually covered with hard plastic. It's textured, so it feels really comfortable, but I found that it picks up fingerprints quite easily. But overall, I really like the plastic finish. I was worried it was gonna feel kind of cheap, but it doesn't. It feels really good in my hands, feels really comfortable. It's very durable for what I know. I just did some light drops, but nothing too big. And I didn't see any wear or tear or scratches on the back of my Pixel. So overall, I actually really like the plastic finish on the back. It doesn't feel cheap and it feels really comfortable in my hands. There is one major flaw that I found with the phone that brings down the overall build quality, and I wasn't expecting it. I'm gonna get to that in just a second. This phone features dual speakers, so you have one on the bottom and one where the earpiece is. The volume does go up pretty loud and the sound quality is pretty good. It's definitely not the best out there, but it is pretty good, and it's definitely better than the Pixel 5. The sound quality is good enough on the speakers that I can enjoy all my games and all my music with no problem. Now here's where the biggest flaw of the Pixel 4a 5G comes in. You're playing your music and your games and you're listening to the sound, but you can actually feel the vibration of the sound on the back of the phone and on the sides of the phone. So when you're holding your phone, you can actually feel the vibrations of whatever sound's coming out from the speakers. And that to me really brings down the overall build quality and experience of the phone. And I know what you're thinking, isn't that just the bass? But it's actually not just the bass. You can even feel the vibrations when you're watching a movie and someone's just talking. And so I'm not really sure what's contributing to that. It almost feels like maybe the back of the phone has too thin of plastic, so it's not absorbing the vibrations that's happening. I'm not really sure what's contributing to it, but it doesn't feel great in my hands. It actually got to a point where I was so annoyed with holding the phone and feeling all the vibrations from just watching a movie that I wanted to put the phone down. Now I'm not sure if this was just my phone alone, as I haven't heard anybody else complain about it, but it was happening with my Pixel 4a 5G, and it really didn't leave a great experience for me. I thought the overall build quality was good, but this brings it down by quite a few notches. I picked up a Pixel 5 and I didn't experience the same thing, but with the Pixel 4a 5G, the one that I have, vibrating from the sound that was coming out of the phones, even on mid-level, and when I blasted it, I could really feel it in my hands. This is such a major flaw in the overall design of the phone, and it actually brings down the overall build quality of the Pixel 4a 5G. Leave a comment below on what you think about this flaw. If you guys do have a Pixel 4a 5G, just let me know if you guys are experiencing the same thing as I am. The display has a 6.2-inch AMOLED display at 60Hz. The processor is a Qualcomm Snapdragon 765G. It has 6GB of RAM and 128GB of storage. The rear camera features dual lens, with 12.2 megapixels being the main lens and a 16 megapixels for the ultra wide angle lens. It also has an 8 megapixel front facing camera, and the battery has a 3885 mAh. The 6.2-inch screen that supports a full HD plus resolution is actually really great. Details come through really well on this phone, so things look really sharp, and the contrast is really good. I just wish the screen could go a little bit brighter than it is right now. If you're outside on a really sunny day, you might have a bit of an issue trying to see the screen. Also, in everyday use, some people that are used to a 90Hz screen might feel the difference, but it didn't really impact my viewing experience that much. But other than that, I think that the phone provides a great viewing experience that everyone will enjoy. Just a quick note that the Pixel 4a 5G has the exact same camera hardware as the Pixel 5. One of the best things about this phone is the camera. And it's not just the hardware that excels, it's also the software that's amazing, intuitive, and easy to use. Here's some test shots that I took with the Pixel 4a 5G. I think the front-facing camera is just okay at best. If you're a big selfie person, I don't think that this phone is for you. I had a hard time capturing good selfies and selfie videos. I think if you're a vlogger using the front-facing camera, I think you're going to have a really hard time with this phone. Luckily, using Google's NIGHTSIGHT software saves the camera in low light conditions. You can barely make out my face over here, and as soon as I put on NIGHTSIGHT, you can see how much the software improves the image. But check this out, the rear camera really shines through with NIGHTSIGHT. The software does such an amazing job with NIGHTSIGHT, it really changes the way you take your low light pictures. I found the rear camera to be really snappy when taking pictures. They actually come out really great. They're super vibrant and sharp. I really love the images that come out from this camera. I also wanted to show you guys what the difference is between just the regular lens and then the wide angle lens. You can see here how much more you get to capture when you switch over to the wide angle lens. Here's the rear camera in action with NIGHTSIGHT turned on. And this is the rear camera with NIGHTSIGHT turned off. And finally, this is the wide angle lens, just to show you how much more you can capture. I found recording video on the rear camera to be really good. I think in daytime conditions it performs really well. You can get some really amazing shots with this phone. Where the phone falls short in terms of taking video is actually from the front facing camera that I just didn't think was good enough for any selfies or vlogging, so you really have to use that rear camera. I found you need a lot of light to take good selfie videos, so if you're really into selfie videos or vlogging and you're using that front camera, I'm not sure that this phone is the one for you. Here's a slow motion video that I took. Just keep in mind that it won't be 4K. The max resolution that you get out of slow motion is 1080p. Overall, I think that the Pixel 4a 5G has an amazing rear camera. I think the front facing camera is just okay at best. The software on this phone for taking your videos and your pictures are amazing. This camera performs really well compared to the other flagship phones that's out there on the market today. The Pixel 4a 5G has the same processor as the Pixel 5, so you can expect a premium experience while using the phone. Just a quick shout out to my fellow 9gaggers out there. Thanks for all the support. When browsing the web, load times were quick. Launching apps and switching between apps were a breeze. Watching 4K content was beautiful, and playing games was an absolute blast. I didn't have any hiccups or lag using the phone. In fact, I was actually worried about gaming on the Pixel 4a 5G, especially with the RAM being 6GB compared to the Pixel 5, which has 8GB of RAM. But gaming was a lot of fun and I didn't experience any hiccups or any lag on the phone. I spent about 20 minutes gaming at a time here and there, and I really didn't feel the phone heating up at any point, which is a really big bonus. So the performance experience that you get on the Pixel 4a 5G is really close to the Pixel 5, if not identical. I didn't feel the loss of the RAM at any point in time using the Pixel 4a 5G compared to the Pixel 5, but I think in time, maybe in a couple years or 3 years from now, we might see a difference there in terms of the performance experience. The Pixel 4a 5G has a battery of 3885 mAh, which really isn't the biggest battery capacity out there. But what really surprised me is how long it lasted with everyday use. Here's what everyday usage looked like to me. I watched an hour of YouTube videos, I watched a couple of other movies on say Netflix, I did about 2 hours of surfing the web, and I did about an hour of gaming. I had 5G on and I also had my GPS on, and I still had a hard time dropping the battery below 20%. There always seemed to be more than enough battery life for my phone. When I was using my phone with less intensive workload, I actually found myself not charging my phone for at least a couple of days. And that says a lot about how amazing this phone is with battery consumption. To summarize, I think the Pixel 4a 5G is an amazing phone and it would make most people really happy. If you're not worried about the vibrations coming from your phone whenever you're playing music or any of your games, then this is actually a really great phone. The rear camera is one of the best that's on the market today. The software, which is Android 11, is easy to use, simple and clean. The hardware on the phone is really great and you won't feel any lag or jitters or anything like that. And it's simply one of the best phones that's out there today. And that's besides the fact that it comes in at a really great price point. Things to look out for though, this phone doesn't have an IP rating, so it's not water resistant. It doesn't have a 90 Hz refresh rate for the screen, which was okay for me, but for some people it might not be. And finally, the Pixel 4a 5G has 6 gigs of RAM compared to the Pixel 5, which has 8 gigabytes of RAM, like most other flagship phones that's out there today. So those are just some things to consider before you purchase your next phone. I hope you really like this video. Please share, like, and subscribe to my channel as it would help me out a lot. If you have any questions, leave some comments below and I'd love to hear from you. Thanks so much for watching and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.